Hey, where's the con? Where the hell is it? The hell? Alright, alright, let's start off here. Number one, this is not the usual room that we're in. Number two, yes, this is probably going to be a section over here, somewhere around here, where we're going to put some cool information for you. This is my review of AnimeNEXT 2023 from my perspective, and then we're going to go into other people's perspectives and such as my friends, and get their opinions on what AnimeNEXT 2023 was for them. Now, I will say day number one, usually you would go through the entrance at the Expo Center. I didn't have to. I had to go to the Regency Hyatt. And for that to be a thing, it is absolutely it's so great because I feel like a VIP. I'm sneaking past the line a little bit. But ultimately, I'm still getting my badge and my panelist badge. So I go there and then I get my badge. And I'm like, great, okay, cool. So we got the badge. The badge has been absolutely collected. If it hasn't been stuck inside my pocket, bam, here we go. We got ourselves a pass. Now, this pass didn't necessarily have anything on here. Like, there was no lanyard. They lost. They didn't have any lanyards over by the at the hotel. So I was like, oh great. So I had to hold on to it for a while. I had to take care of it. I'm like, okay, whatever, fine. So I go to panel ops. Panel ops is up there. Talk to those guys, see how they're doing. Doing pretty good. So then what I do is I get my panelist badge. And the thing about the panelist badge, if you haven't seen the haul video before, it's from 2019. I don't know if you can actually see that. It says 2019 on it. And I'm like, oh boy, we're starting off great. There was no lanyard. They had a purple lanyard there. Bam, purple lanyard equipped onto the body. We're good to go. We got our badge. We got our panelist badge from 2019. We're ready to rock. Um, I will have to say that I took the bus there. The bus took 20 minutes. I mean, once again, 20 minutes of just sitting in the bus getting to the hotel, which is, right, it's fine right now. Right now, it's absolutely not bad, and I'm totally fine with that. The thing is that you get back, it's another 20 minutes. So then I, ultimately get to the dealer's room, artist alley. Place is huge. I mean, I like how it was set up. We'll talk about how they can actually make that a little bit better toward the end of the video here. But as you can see, I was ready to go, ready to spend a little bit of bucks, checked some stuff around. Then my friend's panel started at 2 o'clock. Okay, great. Get on the bus at about like maybe 1:30. Bus doesn't leave till 1:45. It's now downpouring outside on a Friday. There's thunder, there's a lightning, there's a rain, there's a lot of stuff going on, and I'm just like, great. So we drive, or the bus. We had the big bus, not the small little party bus, the big bus, the mega bus. So we get in the mega bus. We go to turn. We go turn around the corner, this and that, and then we get toward the turnpike. As we're over the bridge, we see the turnpike is backed up. It's raining. I heard there was an accident, and it's bumper to bumper traffic, and I'm like, great. We are not going to get there anytime soon. So, with that being said, from they actually left about like 1:45 ish. We got there about 2:40. Got to the panel in time with like 20 minutes left. Saw his panel and enjoyed what else I could have seen of it. And then what happened was my panel was next. So it was cool. So I knew him. He was there. He was in the room. I was next up. Did what I had to do as a panel. If you guys were watching or at the Toku Time panel, big props to you guys. We had a lot of fun, and we had a lot of fun at the game show's expenses, like on the other side. So we had a good time with that. We had a good time with the crowd. Just to let you know, the crowd size was about half the room, give or take. So we had a really good space there for our panel, and our seating was good. So I was not complaining one bit whatsoever. The thing is that After that, I had to leave. I had to go back to the main expo area. Another 20 minutes. I'm just like, great. Meeting up with friends, talking with friends, checking around for things. I didn't buy too many things right away. I bought like one thing. I bought a pin. There's an AnimeNEXT 2023 haul video that will be up top somewhere over there, I guess. I don't know. It's somewhere over there. If you want to check out the video, definitely do so. With that being said, day one was in the books. I would say that at the end of day one, I just kind of booked it to the Cheesecake Factory with my friends. We had a couple of bites to eat. It was good. Absolutely fine. I felt that a lot of the stuff in the dealer's room was a little bit confusing, and their items were pretty much the same for almost every other vendor there, which was kind of really weird. Some vendors, some dealers were unique in that way. The same with Artist Alley. Much the same things, but there was some uniqueness within almost all the stalls. So not too, not too crazy about it. There's an arcade there. Also, it was sort of for Dance Dance Revolution. It was also for a lot of old school pinball games and stuff. So it was really cool seeing that there. And there was the car show. The car show was cool too. The car show had some cars from anime and some just regular cars dressed up in anime stuff. Like there was a Sailor Moon Subaru, I believe. Subaru Sailor Moon. Which is really cool because the lights on the car, I think they blinked or had like a weird LED thing to it. It was really awesome. Like I think it was actually a really cool car. That was my favorite car. The Initial D car is always there. I love seeing the Initial D car. Yeah, it was there, and then there was the lunch area, which had over expensive food. I mean, I didn't buy from there. We almost bought from there, dude. Chicken tenders were $8. Why are they $8? Why is it $8 for chicken tenders? Oh my god. Ugh. And 20 minutes for a freaking bus, back and forth. Oh man, now it's starting to get to me. But nostalgia is still within my system. It's flowing within my blood and in my gut. Ugh. Day two was interesting to say the least. Day two was just staying at the dealer's room in Artist Alley. I wanted a very thorough look into Artist Alley dealer's room, see what's going on here. Met my friends there. We had a good time. I think we were there for about maybe like four and a half hours or so, 5 hours, and looking at all these deals and stuff like that. We kind of pressure each other to buy stuff. I pressured stuff onto my friends, and they've pressured stuff onto me, and it was kind of fun. Wasting money on pins and stuff like that, which I'm starting a pin collection if you didn't know that, but we're gonna get there soon. We got I think like 6 so far, so we're doing pretty good. But anyway, we had enough. We were gonna eat at the cafeteria. I told them no because it's way too expensive. It's absolutely absurd. I'd rather go somewhere else. We find a place called the Bees of the Apple. So we went to the Bees of the Apple, which is about 10 minutes away, unlike 20 minutes away for New Brunswick. And we sit down, we have a good time, we eat, we drink, we forget there's a convention going on, and yeah, it was fun. We stood there for about a good hour and a half or so. And unfortunately, we had to get back to the dealer's room. So, dealer's room, Artist Alley, thoroughly looking through it, everything. And then something just comes to my mind. Something just really strange comes to my mind of how we are so confused being on the floor, and that was because of one thing. There's no markers, there's no aisles that say, hey, this is where we are at. If I knew where a certain, vendor was for something, oh, it's in aisle 2, but there was no markers on the ground, there was nothing there to go by. Yes, you had the program guide, but it was on your phone. We didn't have a program, by the way. There was no program whatsoever. Programs. Oh, give me 1 second. Speaking of programs, these little grab bag things are great. These are absolutely fun. They're awesome. Look, you take one out, look at that. Bam, you have this original freaking cool art here. Looks pretty sick. In here, colored book, colored pages, everything about rules and the panels, the guests, and stuff like that. And wait, hark, what is this? It's a map. It's a map of everything that needs to be done. It is, seriously, this is all here. Dealer's room. Oh, I miss you, Somerset. I miss you so much, man. Oh my god. Shuttle bus. One of the shuttle buses coming. Bam. All the information. Food guide. There's a freaking food guide in here. What's this, too? This is a pocket guide. Just in case you don't have this, you have the pocket guide. It tells you all the panel information. It tells you everything that you need to know about the panels that are being done. People couldn't be bothered to go to the Hyatt because simply it was just too far away. Guess how much time it was? I'm just going to give you one guess. It's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes. That was how long it was. That is how long it was. 20 minutes to get there. My friend wanted to go to see one panel and couldn't be bothered to go because it was 20 minutes away. I don't think half the people in the convention knew that actually was panels going on at the Hyatt. I have no idea. I don't believe that, you know, but I do believe it at the same time. It's crazy. That with the mask variant, the mask requirement being downgraded, and the shots being downgraded too at the last minute. And of course, this announcement of the Hyatt, which I believe was a few weeks prior, but you wouldn't know because it wasn't on the main page. It wasn't on anywhere besides the social media Twitter page. The guidebook that we have here, the quote-unquote guidebook that we have that shows all the panels, is on an app. The app that you had to download off of the QR code here, you can actually check it out for yourself. I'll actually put it up here really quickly if you want to, if you will. Bam. I don't know if that actually would work, but the QR code actually links you to a page. And that page actually sends you to credit card information. Now, it's completely a free thing, and you had to register with it. But on the Twitter page, you can just hit the link, and it's actually all right there. You don't need to download anything onto your phone, which is weird. And you don't have to really use your credit card either, which is even weirder. Like, why? It was really odd. And all the information I got was from their Twitter page. I never got to the front page of their website. It should have been listed on the front page of their website. The website itself should be a lot more clearer in terms of the scope of things. I mean, just an absolute cluster fudge on their part for this convention. I can't believe it. Like, help me. But anyway, we go through the dealer's room. We're done with the dealer's room. I look through the whole entire thing. They call it quits for the day. I call it quits for the day. I just drive home, and I'm just like not feeling it now. Now the con high that we have, that's like all the way up here, it's great. But now Saturday was just like it was becoming apparent that it was a little bit too meh at the moment. So call tonight. I'm like, yeah, whatever. You know, I wanted to go to the Hilton, Marriott, wherever the frick it's called. I don't even know. It's a hotel. I've forgotten the name. All right, it's my mind is just jumbled. The Hyatt, okay, the Hyatt. I didn't want to go to the Hyatt, so day 2 was a thorough look at the whole entire area in the dealer's room, artist alley, voice actors. Got some voice acting, signatures. Talked to them for a little bit. There was dealers that were leaving early too, which I thought was just kind of weird. Like they were closed up by 3-4 o'clock. I'm just like, why? Why are they closing up so freaking early? But yeah, can't wait for Sunday. God. Sunday comes and I'm not even giving 3 flying fudges about it. I'm like, it's Sunday. It's gonna be a short day. It's really just gonna be kind of like whatever. No one's gonna really care. It's Sunday. Maybe they might have some good deals in the dealer's room. But first, I had to get my panel reimbursement. So first thing I did was get on the bus for 20 minutes and drive all the way to New Brunswick.
20 minutes later.
To check out the Hyatt. I love the Hyatt. Like, that Hyatt hotel, oh my god. Let me tell you something. I'm going to insert a couple of things in here. There's some really damn good banger music that was playing at the Hyatt. If you're saying anything negative about the Hyatt, the music's pretty good. got some bangers on here. Whew. But I'm in the bathroom though. You know, it's in the bathroom. That stuff was pretty sick. I don't know if people heard any of that music, but vaporwave feels like, you know, very like mall-esque feels that were going on with the music. So I was just really happy with how the music was being played there. The manga area was cool. The cosplay repair section was there, even though they could have used one at the other expo center. It's going down halls, man. It's like The Shining. It's like The Shining. It's crazy. Video game room was pretty sick. I think it was presented by A Video Games Con. Every system that you can know from Nintendo to PS5, like everything was on display for you guys to play, and that was really cool. I think I play some Super Mario World. Play a little bit here in the video game area. Woo! See if I can actually play with one hand. I doubt it. Probably not. Nope, not at all. You know, not all heroes wear capes. The hero that you need but don't deserve. You know, playing some Duck Hunt here in the game section. Top score was 3.4. There it is right there, maybe. Top score, was that 3 million? Yeah, it's like 340,700. Can't even count right now, it's too early. But yeah, I got it. Woo! See if they beat it. That was actually a really good part of it, was downstairs. And what else? There was a card game area that was a little bit too big, but whatever. There was a Yu-Gi-Oh tournament that went on Saturday night. I don't know how many people participated in it. I don't know if there was a lot of people who did, but I think maybe an Edison format would have been great for the convention in Edison. Now I feel I'm in a vaporwave type of mood right now. The way everything's symmetrical and everything, and the way everything's work. Crazy. It's crazy. I loved how the Hyatt was. There was like these stairs that were going all the way up, and it looked like the John Wick stairs from Chapter 4. You know, I just wanted to tumble down the whole entire thing and just tumble it down all over again. That would have been pretty cool, but it had really good photo opportunities on that one. There was also these weird little stone pillars that were in the front that looked like a pretty cool photo op section there. Even the expo center, despite it being in a weird industrial area, has like forest and sand and like there was an empty road and everything. Like it was like just it was really cool. There's actually a lake too to the side of it, but that was kind of out of the way. But there was some good photo ops, some good photo op locations for people to display their cosplay in full. And all I've seen so far is inside the convention center. I haven't seen anything outside in terms of those pictures in the public yet, but I'm hoping to see those and see how they actually look with a professional camera. Location-wise, it was pretty cool. Even like having like a steampunk, there was like one section where it's just a bunch of like tractor-trailer trucks that were just kind of like abandoned, and that would be like a really good like steampunk area to like, you know, kind of do what you had to do and take a picture. But yeah. So then walking around a little bit more, spend some more money, why not? Hang out with more friends, and then, you know, we get to the part where the fun begins, which is I become staff for like about 20 minutes, ironically 20 minutes, which is as long as it takes to get to the expo center to New Brunswick. But let's kind of up the mood here for 1 second. So you know, stuff falls off the truck pretty frequently around here. So luckily I got this shirt. For those who haven't seen the swag video, you should see the swag video. Have this shirt. I got some pins from the past. I went back to the future and grabbed those really quickly and kind of didn't tell nobody about the pandemic. So I felt, you know, insider secrets. They really wanted to know, they can know about it, but that's okay. But anyway, day 3 was being with staff, which I thought was actually a pretty cool experience because I knew somebody on staff and I talked to them and I had a good conversation with the other staff members too. They were cool. They were chill. Everybody from day 1 to day 3, all y'all, you know, held it together with duct tape and glue, which is, you know, saying something. But you know, it was tough, and it looked like a rough convention, coming from AC, last minute. Pretty much everything was last minute all the way to day 3. So Heard some stories, heard some horror stories. Not going to say anything, but yeah. Then there was one person who was also arrested on Saturday as well, for very lewd pictures. Now, this convention is not an 18 plus convention, let me tell you that much. There's kids of all ages, men, women, children, all ages around. They found the guy, they arrested the guy. There was police presence there on Saturday and Sunday, and everything was fine after that. So a couple of incidents happened over on Saturday, which, just kind of sucked, but except for the one guy who got arrested, good for him. The guy who got kicked out, that sucks. It sucks in major balls. It sucks. It's absolutely terrible. Let's get on track here. Let's do a little bit of pros, a little bit of cons. Let's see how we do. Guys, I'm getting so winded, I have to take a seat. So if you'll excuse me, we gotta talk about some pros and some cons on this con, if that makes any sense. Oh, God. Okay, so these are some pros and cons. I have here a bunch of things here, a bunch of sheets that I have. We're going to start off with the pros. We're going to work our way toward the fun cons of the convention. We'll go through them. Here we go. Number one, this is personal. This is also from other people's, my friends' opinions. I've talked to all of them about the convention and basically got their opinions on how they felt about it. So this is all kind of mixed in. A lot of it is pretty much similar responses to each other, and of course my response as well to this convention itself. So we're gonna go in here. Number one, for me personally, the check-in was great. I got my badge. I got my panelist badge. It was done within 2 seconds. That's why you have to be a panelist, because you get to avoid the front door line, which is pretty cool. I'm not too sure if there was a big line or not, but I know Friday there was a huge line there. It wasn't that bad. I mean, it was a little bit warm outside. I think one person, dehydrated or something like that. I'm not too sure, but not too sure if that's correct or not. But for me, it was quick. I had to just drive 20 minutes to the friggin' damn Hyatt to get my damn badge, but it was pretty quick. Then I got back on the bus for another 20 minutes and then got back to the convention and I was there. So that was pretty cool. I loved it. It was really cool. And even getting into like the dealer's room and stuff like that, it seemed very easy, very quick. The doors were just right there and I didn't have to suffer to wait for a line. It just showed the badge and was in 2 seconds. So that was just really cool, really quick. Even outside, to talk about outside for a second, for the locations we said before, you have your sand quarry, you have the rocks, you have this desolate road, you have this forest in the background. There was this lake over here. If you looked around, it was pretty, even like the industrial section with the trucks and stuff like that. There was a lot of spots that you can actually do photo shoots in and not be bothered by anybody. Period. I really liked how that was in a way. Also, it's really cool the arcades, both arcades for that matter. The more of the dance-based rhythm games in the dealer's room was nice to see. The arcade in the Hyatt was really good too. It had a great variety of games from Nintendo all the way to PS5. Every system was pretty much on display there. I was kind of scoping out a little bit and doing some video game work for people, like getting 99 lives and Super Mario World for people so they can play and not have to worry about getting 1-ups. That was me. And also a lot with, getting some high, I got a high score on Duck Hunt as well. Duck Hunt is it's a classic game that I really haven't played that much. I played when I was super young, but yeah. I like to just say, me being staff for 20 minutes, I thought that was actually pretty sick. I got to talk to the staff members, see how they're busting their asses, making sure that this convention is going over very smoothly. I don't know if smoothly is the right word for it, but it went pretty smoothly. And then I heard there was a feedback panel, taking everyone's opinions and feedback based upon the 3 days. And I just took off the badge and I just ran. I just okay, you guys, you got this, guys. I'll see you at the Dead Dog, One thing, I wasn't there. I heard that the concert was also pretty good. I heard that the band was actually pretty good. That was performing there, so big ups to them. No pictures in Artist Alley. I like how that is. No photography. Even though I think the post that said no pictures, I thought it was no pictures in the dealer's room and no pictures in Artist Alley. That was like a no picture zone, the whole entire thing, but it was only for Artist Alley, and they moved it later on, and I'm like, great, you know. The kid who got arrested, the kid who got arrested for those lewd photo shots of women. I'm pretty sure they banned him, so I'm not too sure if anything was there, but I know he was a little bit mentally, not stable or handicapped in his head, but it's no excuse for what you did. You know what you're doing. And the rave, I heard the rave was okay, so I'm not necessarily too entitled to say hey, I've been to the rave, it was great. I wasn't at the rave, so I heard it was okay. I heard there was some once again just music that wasn't anime related, so meh. Okay, there goes the pros. There goes the pros. Now let's talk about the cons. I got one con for you. 20 minutes! Back and forth, 20 minutes! Enough. 20 minutes. I'm just going to do the whole entire DVD thing where it just bounces up and down. 20 minutes it takes for the bus to get back and forth. Can't reach over there, it's too far. But you get the idea. Hold on. It's been 20 minutes, and quite honestly, it's just like, get in the corner, get in the corner. Even the train's like, yeah, we got it. Boom, there we go. They got it right. 20 minutes. That train did not take 20 minutes to get there. It was like 5. And it's done. 20 minutes. That was the worst thing. Everyone has said that. Everybody and their moms has said that this was the worst thing at this convention because of panels being over at the Hyatt that were, like, hey, people wanted to go there. People wanted to actually, watch these panels. And my friend included. She wanted to go to a panel. And she couldn't because it was too late, because it was 20 minutes away. Once again, 20 minutes. The freaking worst thing ever. Oh my god. That was terrible. Let's look down this list here. There's some more cons. Once again, no program guide, no little goodie bags, no nothing, like these classic, awesome artworks. And there goes the small, quick pocket schedule on the ground. I mean, those things are very valuable to a lot of people, collectors included. Like, if, once again, the same thing with the pins. Same thing with the pins is that you have all of these pins and you have all these program guides, and it just makes up for a damn good time, and it's a memory that I'll have from the first convention I was at, and I have that. And now I don't have one for 2023 because it's on my fucking phone, and it's just not cool. Get a goddamn program guide, damn it. I don't care if it's black and white pages. Color pages, black and white, I don't mind. The dealer's room and Artist Alley weren't numbered by aisles. So usually with other conventions, if I'm not too mistaken, they have aisle locations. Like, here's aisle A, aisle B, aisle C, for what I'm saying right here. For example, I don't know if you can actually see this too well. This is what I feel it should be. Put it on the ground and have it organized, because a lot of sections were at least, a little bit confusing to where certain, vendors were. But yeah, just put numbers on the ground. 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on and so forth. A, B, C, D for Artist Alley. It really makes all the difference when it comes down to it. It really does. It won't confuse people to say, hey, where's this jewelry vendor? Oh, they're in A. Okay, cool, I'm in A. You just realize and know where they are. Is it pointless? Maybe, but it's better than the goddamn interactive guide. Oh god. Let's talk about the interactive map for a second. Let's just talk about the interactive map. Interactive map for the dealer's room was pretty spot on, I would say. However, I will say, let me get back in frame here a little bit. However, I will say, it kind of sucked for Artist Alley. Artist Alley was just really confusing. They had guest booths near a compactor. You don't put Lex Lang next to the compactor. That is like the weirdest thing ever. Imagine going to him, oh hey Lex, how you doing? All of a sudden you smell all this garbage as the workers are throwing the garbage in the garbage bag and the garbage chute, and you're just like, you smell it and you're just like, ugh. That was crazy. The same thing with the main stage as well. I know there's some Artist Alley vendors that closed early on, I believe, Saturday because of the loudness of it. And all they had, I think there's a picture somewhere online, was just like this kind of thin sheet that made them, that blocked their hearing. You know, at least give them, you know, earplugs or something, you know, something to sort of combat with that. But that was a really bad location spot for them. Just kind of sucked in that case. Another one here is the app asking for a credit card when you had the Twitter link that had it for completely free. Didn't really need to do that. That was kind of weird. And plus, it wasn't on the main webpage. Like that, if that was on the main webpage, front page, here's your links to everything, interactive maps, panel information, so on and so forth. All of it would have been on the front page if they did that a little bit better. Speaking of panels, you know, another reason, another draw for panels is getting the voice actors and artists and stuff to do panels at these rooms. Having a Lex Lang or a Sandy Fox, hey, I'm going to be at the Hyatt, we're going to do a voice acting panel. Nothing. Like, it was just like, hey, we're not going to go over there. What the hell with that? I'm not going to go over there. I don't blame them, but I mean, come on. At least have that. Then people will know that there's panels at the Hyatt. Then that would take, I don't even know where the hell it went, 20 minutes. 20 minutes to get there, so. Bus schedule. Whenever the bus wants to show up, it's not reliable. There's no time frame for it. It's just unreliable. If it's there, you gotta go. Like, for example, what was it? Day 3 from Hyatt, I saw that there was a bus in front of the hotel. Went to the bathroom, did what I had to do. If it wasn't there by then, fine. It was there, and I jumped on it at the right time because I sat down, they closed the doors, and then it felt like in The Dark Knight when the Joker blows up the hospital, and then he gets on the school bus, and the school bus just drives off at the same time. Perfect timing on that. I don't know how I made that bus, but I did. It was pretty cool. Another thing here, guests are announced sooner than later. They were announced, I believe, in March. I think Bo was announced in March. I'm not too sure exactly of the time frame. Usually the main attraction of the convention is done in January, and that's about it. You have your 2 main stars in January. February, you announce a couple more. Then March and April and so on and so forth till the end. The mask policy updates, the vaccination policy updates, last minute, once again, we're a week or a week and a half away, 2 weeks out, you know, hey, you don't need to wear, it's not recommended that you wear a mask. It's you know, it's not encouraged. It went from encouraged, required to encouraged. There we go. Required to encouraged. The same thing with the shots too. You know, thank God I have 3 shots in me. I wasn't going to get the 3rd shot, but then I saw the COVID-19 policy, and I'm like, you know, let me just get the free booster. F it. You know, let me get the free booster, and let me just take care of it right now. So, had a little bit of extra protection for this convention. So, I mean, they got it in me anyway, and then they just said, hey, we're not going to do this. So, yeah. Bag checks also. There was, like, no bag checks at all, you know. They had weapon checks, which was good, but bag checks would have been a little bit better, but going to and from is a different story. That would be just, you know, bigger lines, I suppose. So, but that's something to look at for in the future if the convention gets a lot bigger, to do bag checks. So, what do I give this con? What do I give this convention? Oh, man. It's tough because, like, I understand the move from AC to this convention center last minute. It's tough because I want to love it, even though the dealer's room was, like, you know, that was expensive. Artist Alley was the main focus for me, and that I never say that because usually Artist Alley I kind of say yeah, whatever. But this year, I think Artist Alley was the main draw for me in that area, and the dealer's room was just way too expensive, and just way too just the same items, you know. And also, too, by the way, before we go on, we have a neutral category too. The AC broke on Saturday, and once again, I said before on that with the vendors, just need more variety. But I know AnimeNEXT doesn't really, enforce that. So they get to choose who gets to be there. Same with the artists as well. So but ultimately, it doesn't really affect my opinion on it. I'm gonna have to give AnimeNEXT. I don't give it a number rating because the numbers are overrated. I will give it the old Zangief thumb sideways with a little bit down, a little bit there, a little bit below average. Mainly because of just the huge cluster they had at this convention, and everything leading up to the convention was a fumble and a half. The guests being announced, way too late. The mask policy, the COVID shot policy being, way too late into the game. And that should have been brought to their attention right away. I'm not too sure if that was because they were double checking to make sure. The hotel situation with 20 minutes being back and forth over and over again really deterred people from going to panels, going to the video game stuff down there, doing tabletop, doing the karaoke, doing the AMV contest. There's a lot of stuff at the Hyatt. I love the location of the Hyatt in New Brunswick. Don't get me wrong, it was great. The music was awesome. And also the location and everything around there was also really cool too. So a lot of history in New Brunswick there. Also, right at your front doorstep, there is like a cemetery graveyard from like the 1800s or something. That looked pretty sick. I wanted to go in there and check it out, but I saw the bus and I had to kind of bullet toward the bus, unfortunately. And of course, downtown was great. It had a Popeyes. They had, some seafood places, and the Laugh Factory is there too. So, if you want to catch a comedy tour or a comedy event, you go there, and that's it. Then they had was it Steakhouse 62 or Firehouse 62 or something like that. So there was a lot of good eatery spots there. A little expensive, so you got to bring the cash, but it's good eats. Let me tell you that much. But yeah, I mean, everything was fine over there. It was there, except for people who didn't want to take the bus for 20 minutes. Instead, drive themselves 20 minutes to go there. They would have to park inside of the parking lot at the Hyatt, and that's also more money. So, man, it's tough to it's a tough thing to say, but it just hurts. It sucks, but it's a great location. But it's just you're taking it from here and you're taking it from over here. It's just way too far away. Dare I do suggest actually returning back to Somerset in some way? I mean, look at this map right here, guys. Like, this map is perfect. There's so many things that you can do with this map in terms of parking, in terms of hotels. There's a new hotel being built as well. You know what I mean? There is opportunity to have, in effect, hotel convention there. It doesn't necessarily have to be that big. It could be smaller, or it could be the same size, depending on how it goes. But maybe I'll make a video about how to plan a Somerset return with 6th Avenue Electronics still being there. And I guarantee nobody likes 6th Avenue Electronics. Even the Google reviews are like less than a 3.0. So I don't know what else to say about that. But there's some ways that they can do with that. And I might have a video or two for that to come out soon. But ultimately, it was a convention. I haven't been to a convention in 4 years. I had a good time despite all the problems. Even though it was a little bit below the average, I'm hoping that they do a really good job next year. Hoping that if they do stay in Edison, make the hotels a little bit more closer so the shuttles don't necessarily have to go that far. I know there's a couple of hotels about maybe 10 minutes away. Could have done something there. Hopefully next year they will book those hotels for panels and stuff and autograph sessions and everything else. So maybe, maybe not. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this really long video on AnimeNEXT 2023. Hear me complain about this venue, complain about everything else. It's a lot to take in, but like I said, I'm hoping that it can only go up. At least it didn't have a fucking ball pit. I'm generally shocked that it didn't have a ball pit in the middle of the expo center, so that's a good sign. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Have a good day.